Welcome back to another video. I'm in Sydney at our Sydney depot. I come up from Melbourne last night with a road train. I've been taking a break after I put up the first vlog for the week. I take a break filming just because it gets a bit hectic. But anyway, I'm about to go fill up my prime mover, and then I'm going to hook onto a single, go load that with some chooks over in Pendle Hill. After we're loaded with chooks, I'm going to send that down to Tarcutta, which is south of Sydney, halfway between Sydney and Melbourne. And I'm going to go down there, change over with a B-double, and send it back up here to Sydney. Let's go for a drive. So I was tempted to film my road train trip from Melbourne up to Sydney last night. Seeing as it was my first road train between Melbourne and Sydney, I didn't want to take my mind off the job. So I just decided that it'd be better to get the next trip. The truck's dirty as anything. It's been raining and things like that. I get lazy in terms of cleaning the truck when the weather starts to turn bad again. But I might clean it next week and make a whole video of that and see what happens. So thank you guys for the support on the last video and the ones before, obviously. It's been crazy. The vlogs are doing way better than I thought they were going to do. I have been trying to reply to every single comment and trying to take on board what everyone's saying, what everyone's suggesting. Friday when I get home, after this vlog is edited and put up, I'm going to go back through all the comments and I'm literally going to write down all of your guys' suggestions about like extra information that I'm not putting in the videos, or like just little things that you guys want to know about my job or about Australia and things like that. And I'll start talking about a couple of them in each video. I got to Sydney at around 3 this morning with that road train, and it was hot. It was already 21 degrees. It only got up to around 30, and 30 is not usually that bad, but when there's no wind and a little bit of humidity, 30 is horrible. So I haven't had much of so I never got a decent sleep. But it's going to cool right back down tonight. So I've actually been hoping to go to Tarcutta so I can show you guys Tarcutta, because Tarcutta, if you're there at the right time of night, it's just a little highway town. It's just a town off the highway. It's got, I think it's got one servo. It probably takes you 5 minutes to go from one end of town to the other. If you're there at the right time of night, it's like a giant truck show. I swear, everyone that's been there and seen it, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So update, I made some phone calls about my trailer. The locals took it over to where I'm loading. They're doing a pickup. They're gonna bring it back to our depot, unload it, and then I'm gonna take it back to where the blokes just come from to grab my load to go to Victoria. Obviously the local can't do my pickup as well as his because there won't be enough space in the trailer. So I guess it's just one of those funny little things that doesn't make much sense, but oh well. So I'm going to go back to the car park, and I'm actually starving, so I might go get some food, because I've eaten all my food already this week. Been a bit of a hungry boy. Finally on my way to get loaded. I'm heading over to Pendle Hill, which is I don't really know. I haven't really got my bearings in Sydney. I only know where to go. I know exactly where we go to load. But it's not far from here. It's about 20 minutes drive, and because it's now 6 o'clock at night, 7 o'clock Sydney time, rush hour was long gone, so should be crazy empty roads. So I'm about to go over this weighbridge. You have to tear off every time you come into one of these sites. This weighbridge here is pretty tight, plenty of space, but you have to be very careful when you're coming onto this weighbridge. I don't know if you guys can tell, but with that multi-quip truck, there's probably 1/4 of a metre each side of it. Maybe a little bit more. I think I'm being dramatic as well, but that's right. I'll take you guys through the whole process. So I'm just waiting for the gatehouse guard to check my truck out. He'll do a walk around, and then he'll come up to me and ask me for my license number and my induction card. Alright, so I've just come off the weighbridge. So now I'm going to head into the turning circle up there. So with this one, I have to pull a U-turn here. As you can see, this whole yard is only 2.5, 3 trailers long, so there's not much space. After I've turned around and put the trailer on the dock, if anyone saw vlog 3, I think it was, I explained what double up bars were. I'll go in, ask them how many they need for my load, and then I'll make sure I've got enough. I've got a full set. I think I've got 30 bars and a full set is 22, so alright, he looks like he's almost on the dock. Hook it right and pass these pallets here, right up to this bin, nose right up in there, and then hook it right around, and I'm going to aim for that dock there, so he's a good marker for me where he's parked there. So all I have to do is angle like that, boom. So now I'll just hook it around the side of that other truck there. Hopefully you guys can see this. Make sure I'm not going to hit anything on that side. So I'll back it up to the dock and line it up. You guys won't be able to see any of this, my mirrors are dirty, as always. This bloke here should have waited. See, now I'm pushing him back into the corner. They need us to open the barn doors here. So I need 27 bars in my trailer all up. There's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 already in there. So 17 extra bars, because we had another trailer that was already on the dock here. They need 5 for that, and I need 22 for mine. So I'm gonna get these in. Bar box is near empty. Got 27 bars there. For anyone that missed my last explanation of it, these are double up bars. They go in these squares, and they just create a second level for us to put freight on top of. Just helps us get more freight on the move. I should have filmed it, but this bloke reversing in over there, he got that in one go, and that Volvo that he's driving swung around this yard no sweat. I guess that's a perk of smaller European trucks. It was pretty far back, but they were doubled up. They're doubled up from about maybe there on the trailer. So I'm here at Tarcutta. I just pulled over just off the highway, and I'm going to put the camera on the passenger side and point it backwards, because when I go in, everything will be on my left, and hopefully Tarcutta doesn't disappoint tonight. I'm here at a good time. There should be a lot of trucks here. some pre-trips. Fuel levels are good. Check the airbag switch. I'll check my weights in a bit. That pin's locked in. I'll check my weights just before I leave. So I'm not going to move the trailers till I leave. So I've got a long vehicle out. We just leave our paperwork for the trailers in the toolboxes. That's just so when we get here and we see our trailers, we can hook straight up to them and leave if we want. And we don't have to talk to the other bloke and get the paperwork off them. Just makes things a bit easier. There's my paperwork. The paperwork should tell me what temperatures the trailers need to be on. So it says the trailers need to be on chilled. That's on -2, so that's good. Alright, that's what tyre cutter looks like at night. Just trucks going in and out constantly. I love it here. Fill out the run sheet, fill out the logbook, sit here for another 10 minutes and then good to go. So I just checked my weights. I'm pretty heavy. The return trip to Sydney it's probably going to take an hour longer than it did to get down here. All up, I'm around 61 tonne. I should get back to Sydney around 7 o'clock in the morning or something. Hopefully I'll beat the traffic rush, but I'm not sure yet. See what happens. I might get tired on the way back. I might pull up for a nap. See how it goes. So if anybody's watching this, and after watching this, if you just so happen to be coming down the Hume towards Albury and Wodonga late at night, stop in, park your car up somewhere and stop in and have a look at all the trucks in Tarcutta. Like I said, I don't like doing changeovers, but I do enjoy coming here at night. It's just one of those places, you know. As truck drivers, we are isolated a lot because we spend long hours of the day by ourselves driving, obviously. For me, coming to Tarcutta for a changeover and being around other truckies and being around, you know, 40 or 50 other truck drivers, it's awesome. I really do enjoy it. It makes you feel like you're a part of something when you're around other people doing the same thing that you are. So I'm gonna get up it and I'm gonna go back to Sydney. I've checked the temperature. So I've checked the temperature in Sydney. I don't know if you guys can see, but that says it's gonna hit 36 degrees. While I'm asleep, it'll be 33, 34 degrees in Sydney. So I'm gonna call the office and ask for a bunk room, because we do have quite a few bunk rooms in Sydney and they're all air conditioned, whereas obviously my truck's gonna be hot as anything. I'm gonna call them on the way back somewhere and sleep in a bed. My truck can suffer in the heat without me, to be honest with you. Let's go for a drive. So I made it back to Sydney. It's a beautiful morning. It's a pretty quick trip, even though it was heavy. Like I said earlier, it's getting up to 37 degrees today, and it's 6:30 in the morning now. By midday it's going to be 31. So I've talked to the guys in the office and I've got a bunk room. No way I'm sleeping in a hot truck today. I'll be on my way home to Brisbane later today. I don't have my plans yet. I know that's the direction I'm going in because I'm going home for the weekend. I'll talk to you guys when I wake up. Alright, so just woken up from a nap. I've basically been asleep inside the bunk rooms all day in the aircon because it's going on 7:15 now. It's going on 7:15 now, and it's still 32 degrees here in Sydney. But anyway, it's time to go home for the weekend. So I'm taking a single straight up to Brisbane. No loading, no mucking around, and I'm fresh. I just basically slept for 10 hours, which I never do because it's always too hot. So I'm pretty happy I did. The truck's already fueled up, so I don't need to do that. Trailer's light as anything. I've only got 15 tonne over the back axles, over the back three there. All my lights are working. It's gonna be a fast trip home, that's for sure. Good, because I can't wait to get home. It's my last run for the week. I'm starting to get sick of the sound of the truck. That's one thing that always happens with me come the end of the week. is I start to get sick of hearing the motor constantly. Don't know why, it's just ever since I started driving trucks, ever since I started driving rigids in Brisbane, it was the same thing. Towards the end of the week, I would get sick of hearing a diesel motor running constantly. I guess it's like a constant hum or constant white noise in the background that at the end of the week my brain's going, I'm sick of this, I want to go home. But anyway, can't wait to go home, see my wife and kid. Feel like I haven't seen my son for ages because he was sick. He was so sick on the weekend that I hardly touched him, just so I didn't get sick. It's a beautiful evening for a drive. All up, I think I'm weighing around 30. All up, I'm probably 40 ton, I think. Maybe not even that, which is super light. I'm gonna have super much fun on the way home. I saw someone say on TikTok, let's go blow some doors off some billy carts. I have no idea what that means, but it sounds good when I say it. Let's go for a drive. Alright, I'm officially on the road, back home for the weekend. I feel like I always talk about this on the way home, but kind of more content ideas. Because obviously some weeks like yesterday was alright because I showed you guys Tarcutta, but today there's not much content to be shot between here and Brisbane because I'm taking a single straight home and then I'm jumping in the car going home. That's all I'm doing. On the way I'm gonna stop in Nambucca. I'll stop there and have a have a 15-minute break and then send it again up the road to Brisbane. Honestly, that doesn't really amount to a very long video, if you guys know what I'm saying. So I have been taking notes of all your suggestions, like I said at the start of the video. Kinda in the planning process of more content kind of stuff. Like this weekend, I'll let you guys know now that my wife and I are gonna do a video where I answer all the frequently asked questions while we sit down and have dinner. We thought that would be good just for some more content and to give you guys more context, so when you guys see this, throw as many questions and queries as you want into the comments, and we'll answer ones that pop up more than once or twice kind of thing. I've got the list of everything that I've taken in from you guys, like product reviews, food reviews, which I'm a bit of a fatty, so I think the food reviews will happen eventually. My upload schedule for the vlogs is going to change to Wednesday and maybe stay Friday, or change from Wednesday to Saturday. It's just that Tuesday upload is a big ask because Sunday, Monday are demanding days in terms of driving, because I obviously load up in Brisbane on Sunday and then I'm driving basically for a day and a half straight all the way to Melbourne, and to edit and to get a vlog film and to edit the whole thing and have it up by Tuesday night, it's putting too much on my plate. It's nothing I can't handle because obviously I've been doing it, but in my eyes, I don't think it's smart to lose sleep as a truckie just to put out a vlog. Instead of uploading my next vlog on Tuesday, I'm going to upload it on Wednesday night and then probably again Friday night, because Friday night I'm home and I can just smash the vlog out in the morning and then set it to upload and then go to sleep and let you guys enjoy it. So anyway, I'm looking forward to getting home. I felt like I haven't seen my kid for ages, missed my wife. Let's go. So I'm just going through Caloundaluk. It's I left Sydney around 3 hours ago. I left Sydney at 6:30 and it's now 9:30. But Caloundaluk's in between Bulnadila and Taree. I'm about half an hour away from Taree. I would apologise for the dirty windscreen, but I'm not all that sorry about it, to be honest with you. Alright, I'm making really good time, so I don't want to spend much time here. So I'm gonna start a 15-minute break now, clean my windshield while I'm on break. I might run inside, use the restroom, and then I'll get some footage on the way out, and then I'll be on the home stretch. I ended up getting something to eat. I got a croissant and a crump sausage. I'm just going to put the crump sausage inside the croissant. Alright, let's go. Back on the highway. So here at this place there's probably 30, maybe 30 truck parks. Nowhere near as big as any of the other ones. I like this Argosy that Mainfreight has. Yeah, I like those big cab Argosies. Sorry, forgive me, I'm stuffing my face while I'm driving out of here. So I'm leaving here at 12 o'clock. I should be back home in Brisbane in 4, just under 5 hours. So just before 5 o'clock. Here's old mate. I wonder if he's in his truck here. Probably still inside having dinner. Anyway. And you're straight back down onto the highway. Just coming over the hill into Coffs Harbour. This is another roundabout that'll get you if you're not careful driving a truck. It's on a downhill straight off the highway. So the speed limit through Coffs is 60 all the way till you get out past the Big Banana, then it turns into 80. Oh, what's going on here? This looks like someone wiped out a pole. Yep, someone wiped out a pole. That looks like that just happened. Just watch yourself there, old mate. There's cars stopped at that traffic lights there. They just had a crash.
Thanks, mate. Is it southbound, mate?
Yeah, it's southbound over the hill from the Kenworth dealership.
Yeah, just see the Bunnings, fellas. Take it easy to the Bunnings, fellas. Fucking cars taking out traffic lights. You can get through, it's all good, just, yeah.
Oh. So these lights here, anywhere else I would have...
Southbound.
Anywhere else I wouldn't have stopped for that orange, because obviously I'm heavy. But these lights here, as soon as, if you go through them at all on a red, they flash you. I have been flashed coming through Coffs before, but it was a bit of a tricky situation. It was at the next set of traffic lights with the camera. It was raining and I had a heavy, I was about 60 ton with a B double, and the light went orange. The light went orange about the same distance I was from that one, and if I had got on the brakes, I would have stopped inside I would have stopped in the intersection. So I just went straight through it, and I knew that I was going to get flashed, but like, I'm not going to stop a B double in the middle of an intersection and then reverse out of it. It's quiet here in Coffs. The holiday periods, this place is crazy. There's drunk people everywhere. It's obviously a bit of a destination spot. So watch yourselves near the Bunnings, boys, southbounders. Yeah, car took out a traffic pole, traffic light, and there's cars stopped everywhere over there. This is the set of lights I was talking about. I was coming down the other side, obviously pouring rain, and it just it turned orange on me, and yeah, I just decided I was either going to stop in the intersection or I was going to keep going and take the ticket. But I actually never, that was maybe 3 months ago. That was maybe 2 or 3 months ago now though, and I never got a ticket for it. So maybe they actually assessed it. Maybe someone somewhere actually assessed it and decided that I've done the right thing or something. Or maybe I'll get one now that I've talked about it, I don't know. There's the Big Banana there, where that ute's turning. During the daytime, there's banana farms all over these hills, you can see them. finally back in Brisbane. Finally going home for the week. It's been a bit of a long week, I reckon. And I can't wait to get home. Gets like that sometimes, but that's right. So my camera actually ran out of... It actually ran out of battery. We actually ran out of battery when I got to the yard. But that's it for the video. That's it for this week. I'm at home watching Thomas the Tank Engine with my wife and Huey. I'll be back at it Sunday. I've got my plans already. I'm loading up a B-double at the same place and going down to Melbourne doing the exact same run as I did last week. I'll try and make a good video out of it. Don't be fooled by the work shirt. I've been walking around shirtless since I got home. I've been walking around shirtless since I got home at 6:30 this morning. I just thought I'd put it back on for the outro. Thank you guys for all your support. The channel's still growing way faster than I thought it ever would. And we're going to get into making some new content this weekend, and we're going to go live next week. So look out for that. I'll see you guys on Sunday.